Security Minister defends government's plans to fight crime. One bandit shot after early morning robbery at Jade Monkey Casino. Former minority leader accuses government of underfunding THA's development projects. And in sport, Plymouth Stokelyville FC wins Tobago Football Association FA Cup. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. This is the Tobago Updates television news for Monday, 9th October 2023. Topping the news this evening, Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines has reiterated the government's plan to allocate the largest portions of the national budget to education and health as part of its strategy to address crime. However, during the debate on the National Appropriation Bill 2024, opposition MP Rodney Charles argued that the government is not effectively addressing the root causes of crime. More in this report from Ariana Scipio.
Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines revealed that the budget allocated to the Ministry of National Security was $6.9 billion. He elaborated that the higher allocations for education, health and social development is part of the government's plan to tackle crime from a public health and educational perspective.
Given that a public health approach to violent crime focuses as well on health, some cases mental health, poverty, housing and education, and given that we have taken a whole of government approach, these allocations yield no surprise to me, Madam.
He also underscored the existence of transnational crimes like human and drug trafficking, as well as the influx of guns from other countries, specifically North and South America. Hines assured that the Ministry of National Security will persist in implementing measures to enhance security and protect the nation. Additionally, he issued an apology to the victims of various crimes that have occurred in the country.
I want to apologize to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, those who have lost dear ones, those persons who are traumatized by some of our citizens and perhaps others in home invasion, in rapes, in incest.
Hines emphasized the symposium held in April 2023 at the Hyatt Regency, which brought together numerous societal groups. These groups, in conjunction with CARICOM leaders, have expressed their support for the government's approach to combating crime and affirmed their commitment to it. Regarding the present state of crime, he acknowledged that societal values have changed.
It appears as though, and there are those who feel, that the laws as they now stand in Trinidad and Tobago and the jurisprudence favors the criminal rather than the rest of us who are their victims.
In response to his statement, MP for Naparima, Rodney Charles, expressed concerns about the lack of policy-driven data to support the government's increase in TTPS recruitment. He argued that having more police on the ground does not guarantee a decrease in crime and emphasized the need for better management of the TTPS. Charles referred to the symposium that took place in April 2023, stating that the government spends money but reaps no benefits due to the symposium yielding no result.
No anti-crime plan has come out of the discussions. No reduction in murders, no measurable reduction in murders or other crimes since the symposium. And if you ask them about it, we'll get a list of talk. But they would not tell you.
The MP stood firm in his opinion that the government did not produce results in reducing crime. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Staying with discussions on the budget, the shortage of foreign exchange is causing frustration among small business owners. And opposition MP Rodney Charles is dissatisfied with the government's management of the issue. While contributing to the budget debate, Charles accused the government of favoring their family and friends.
What we know for sure, Mr. Deputy Speaker, is that the allocations of what precious little foreign exchange we have favors family, friends and financiers of the PNM and Balize House.
Finance Minister Com Imbert announced the establishment of a facility that would enable small and medium-sized businesses to access foreign exchange beyond the credit cards. However, he has yet to explain how this facility will work. MP Charles dismissed the plan, stating that it does not address the overall accessibility of forex for the average citizen.
We have to beg, Mr. Deputy Speaker, for foreign exchange. Even if we have a US account in the same bank. Meanwhile, the big boys get millions to invest in the US purchase assets. Franchise holders get millions to kill us with processed foods. Others just by over-invoicing sold away in foreign accounts, waiting on the right time to migrate.
While arguing that the forex generated by the energy sector should benefit all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, Charles questioned how one conglomerate was able to access a significant amount of US dollars to make a large investment.
How did Massey get US $47 million to buy a supermarket chain in America? Just asking for a friend. Either they use our foreign exchange to invest abroad and did not repatriate their profits, or they use favored status with the banks to acquire foreign exchange, or they fired workers to enhance profits, which they use to get more foreign exchange.
Charles said he wrote to several commercial banks to request their policies on the distribution of foreign exchange before he speaks further on the issue. Well, former Minority Leader Ashworth Jack accused the central government of impeding Tobago's development by underfunding revenue-generating projects. Speaking on the Good Morning Tobago show, Jack advised the Tobagonians not to be deceived by the boast of the THA receiving an additional $64 million from the central government for their budget because the extra funds are intended for current expenditure and the payment of arrears. Reporter Candice Jackson tells us more.
The THA might have been granted an additional $64 million for fiscal 2024. However, former Minority Leader Ashworth Jack explained that it is allocated for covering additional expenses within the recurrent expenditure category, including arrears such as back pay and gratuities for teachers. He asserted that developmental projects were, in contrast, underfunded.
Teacher budget has been cut by about either $3 or so million.
Wow.
Right? So everywhere you see Tobago can make an impact that if when settled, that is the allocation has been reduced. And it makes me wonder if this is not a deliberate attempt to keep Tobago dependent.
According to Jack, companies like Solly Park Enterprises Limited need a minimum of $18 million to acquire equipment for enhancing their production, but this request was disregarded.
We have to go through companies in Trinidad which increase their price by as much as 150% by the time it comes to us. Whereas if we had our own foreign exchange, we could have gone directly to the dealers in wherever, France in case of Nordberg, the United States in the case of Cedar Rapids. And we could have purchased these parts ourselves.
The former Minority Leader has his own theory as to why foreign exchange generating projects like Spell, the capital of paradise, and tourism did not receive financial support.
If that happens, it takes away the argument from Trinidad that Trinidad is funding Tobago, because it gives Tobago a new lease, a new sense of independence.
Jack also accused the government of not an accurate picture of Tobago's contribution to the national GDP, especially in terms of harvesting hydrocarbons.
The gas finds outside of Tobago is in the vicinity of 3-point-something trillion, with a T, cubic meters of gas, right? Nobody is saying how that is going to benefit Tobago.
The former Minority Leader noted that if Tobago were allocated $1 from the profits generated from every cubic foot of gas harvested, the economy of Tobago would become self-sufficient. During his contribution to the budget debate in Parliament, the Minister of Energy, Stuart Young, did not address a plan to share the profits of the gas fields located in close proximity to Tobago with the island. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates Television News.
Diminution foreign exchange in Trinidad and Tobago is being attributed to falling production in the energy sector. The government shouldered much criticism recently for it, but Energy Minister Stuart Young defended the government during his contribution to the budget debate. He explained that continuous extraction of a non-renewable resource will inevitably lead to a decline in production.
As you exploit these resources, they are not renewable. These resources, when exploited, basically don't return. So it means after 100 years of oil drilling and production, and after over 50 years of commercial gas production, our fields are in natural decline.
According to Young, unless more sources of oil is found, production will continue to decline.
Our fields' natural decline are between 20 to 25% per annum. So that means that if you do nothing and you're producing 100 barrels of oil, for example, from one field, by the end of the year, you will only produce 80 to 75 barrels.
Minister Young stated that the country is continuing to work on increasing the production of natural gas and developing downstream industries to sustain the economy. Well, stay with us. We have more news coming up after the break.
25 years of real good dashing food, delicacies, and enjoyment. Well, it come around again as we celebrate 25 years of the Tobago Blue Food Festival. This year promises to entice your taste buds again on Sunday, October 15th at Bloody Bay from as early as 10 a.m. All are invited to the celebration filled with craft, games, but most importantly, blue food. This is a brunch-style celebration and will also see the likes of Super Blue, Nyla Blackman, Preedy, Gerard Balfour, Joe Archer, Keyshawn Jack, and Junior Calypso star, The Shay Saul, and more on Sunday, October 15th, 2023. Come celebrate 25 years of the Tobago Blue Food Festival.
Jimmy's Holiday Resorts has 1, 2, and 3 bedroom fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars, and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV, and a pool, and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at the Rotisserie Factory.
We are going on a new journey. Tobago now has its very own Carnival. She like loud music and
Thanks for staying with us. Jade Monkey Casino in Crown Point was robbed. The incident occurred around 4:55 this morning. According to police reports, bandits stole an unknown amount of money from the casino. 3 of the 4 bandits managed to escape on foot, while one of them was shot by Jade Monkey security. Their getaway vehicle was discovered parked opposite Swallows Beach and confiscated by police. Police officers are still conducting investigations into the robbery. Well, pots were turned down on Sunday as patrons visited the Shore Park Food Hub for the mouth-watering variations of lamb as the THA, in collaboration with the Tobago Integrated Livestock Association, hosted the island's first ever Lamb Fest. Reporter Tanika Crookshank has more in the story.
Secretary for Food, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development, Natisha Charles Pantin, expressed that the Lamb Festival is aimed at assisting farmers in accomplishing essential local tasks required to meet the demands of the regional market and beyond. It is also intended to the Cultural Business Center is about to open.
Today, we are promoting the livestock farmers. Never before have we ever supporting livestock farmers throughout history. And the division, for the first time, we are embarking on several initiatives with the farmers to encourage them to produce.
TADCO's other lifestyle project in the poultry production faces numerous challenges, according to Chairman Ricardo Alfred. However, it successfully generated over $1 million to establish a sustainable poultry market for the island of Tobago. He said the Lamb Festival is aimed at raising awareness of other livestock products on the market.
But the aim of this really is to really get this product out there in terms of a value-added product. So we had persons trained how to kill animals. We had persons trained how to do different types of cuts. We had persons trained in terms of doing different types of marketing aspect as well. And this is just a product of it. So
one customer, Shanta Crooks, remarked that when she arrived at the Shaw Park Food Hub, it appeared empty, but she was taken aback when a large number of people became present. She also expressed her surprise at the various options available of consuming lamb, as there were several ways to enjoy it.
Lamb doubles was interesting, Jira lamb was interesting. I didn't know that there was lamb roti, otherwise I would have gone for that. But you got your traditional stew lamb, but you also got variety of things that were a little bit out of the box.
Tanika Cruikshank, Tobago Updates Television News.
As the island gears up for upcoming festivals, food safety becomes paramount in safeguarding the well-being of festival goers. Public Health Inspector 4 Ricardo Bubb of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection strongly encourages individuals to promptly acquire their food badges as applications are currently being accepted. For more information, let's turn to Ariana Scipio for the full report.
Public Health Inspector 4 Ricardo Bubb stressed the importance of being educated in health and safety practices for vendors endeavoring to sell food to the public.
Part of the process is to educate folks and to ensure that they are certified to be food handlers, to protect public health. We go out, we enjoy ourselves, but we want to have something to eat. And we want to ensure that nobody gets sick.
He explained that there are consequences for selling food without a food badge. In the past, vendors have been removed when improper food handling practices were detected, often in collaboration with the police.
At the festivals especially, we do have police officers, and we work together to ensure that the health and safety of the public is protected.
To obtain a food badge, Bob explained that sessions are conducted on Thursdays through an appointment system. Applicants are required to provide 2 passport-sized photos and a medical report to register as food handlers, which come at a cost of $20. This process was further elaborated, particularly for those aspiring to become vendors during the upcoming festivals, such as Tobago Carnival.
The process for becoming a registered food handler is that you must have health education. You must have a current food badge. Now, even though we say the food badge is for a calendar year, but the carnival is coming up and other blue food activities, and some people want to capitalize on those activities.
Bob also discussed how microbes present in food develop through a process called geometric progression. It results in food poisoning, which, in severe cases, results in hospitalization for individuals who have consumed contaminated food at events. In some cases, it can even lead to fatalities.
Bad case of foodborne illness. All right, so you're talking about the cramps, the diarrhea, and those kinds of things, which is very debilitating and can take away from a wonderful experience that a person may have.
Additionally, Bob provided tips for food handling, including avoiding long nails, refraining from using nail polish, not wearing jewelry, securing hair, and being mindful of attire by wearing well-covered clothing. For those seeking further information about obtaining a food badge, you can contact 639-1433. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
We have a sport report coming up next. Stay with us.
So your car break down.
Oh, no, not again.
And you're worried paying a wrecker could mean a pocket breakdown too. But when you're insured with Tatil, no stress.
Yes!
A Tatil motor policy has lots of benefits that protect your pocket, like free roadside assistance. That's free 24/7 every time, as many times as you need. Tatil, where people are people. A member of the Answer Macau Group.
Welcome to a sport report. It was a thrilling goal-scoring final, much to the delight of fans. In the end, Plymouth Stokely Vale emerged victorious over Sidees FC in the Tobago Football Association FA Cup. If you weren't one of the hundreds of fans gathered at the Dwight York Stadium for this electrifying final, don't worry, Marcus Daniel has you covered.
It was an evening of drama, entertainment and emotions as Plymouth Stokely Vale edged Sidees FC in the Tobago Football Association FA Cup final at the Dwight York Stadium on Saturday. In front of a vibrant crowd of just over 2,000 and nearly 3 hours of football, Stokely Vale pulled off a gusty 5-4 win via kicks from the penalty mark, following a regulation time and extra time 3-all stalemate. The Aqua Georgia coach Sidees FC started the bright of the teams when Hakeem Jordan placed a contested header away from the goalkeeper on 6 minutes from a right-sided corner. Sidees' transition from defense to offense was a thing of beauty and always appeared more threatening, where Adams drifted past the defender and beat the keeper at a cute angle in the 10th minute to put Sidees 2-0 up. However, like true champions, Stokely Vale kept finding ways to disrupt the rhythm and enforce their own direct style of play. Leche Edwards was in the right spot to tap in a scramble in the opposing defense, following a corner in the 13th minute. Sidees regained their 2-goal advantage when Kyle Davidson notched third in the 18th minute. But a free kick in the 33rd found an unmarked Edwards in the 6-yard box, and he made no mistake to trim the deficit and set up an intriguing second period. Sidees were guilty of misfiring their chances early in the second period, and they paid the price. Against the run of play, Stokely Vale found a free kick which resulted in the penalty after a frantic scrimmage inside his penalty area. Christian Joseph converted the infringement in the 69th minute. Emotions flared when Stokely Vale's goalkeeper Deshaun Robbery went down following a collision with a Sidees player. Robbery was on the ground for at least 10 minutes before he was stretchered off. His replacement was Jonathan Thomas. Despite 15 minutes of added-on time and 13 minutes of extra time, it was down to the dreaded kicks from the penalty spot to decide the champion. Both teams were perfect after 4 spot kicks each, but Sidees cracked on their 5th attempt. The evergreen Pavel Warwick saw his shot pushed wide by Thomas. Thomas was given the responsibility of the 5th kick, which he calmly stepped up and placed his shot away from the keeper to spark pandemonium among the Plymouth posse. Earlier in the battle for 3rd place, Georgia Trunks Golden Lane 7-1 with Jashawn Washington finding the net 4 times. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Sports.
Congratulations again. Well, in some more football news, the 2023 edition of the Tobago Primary School Football League commenced this weekend at the Sid Gray Recreational Grounds in Roxborough. Get the details of the tournament's kickoff in this report once again from Marcus Daniel.
Scores of aspiring footballers gathered at the Sid Gray Sporting Complex Roxborough over 2 days for the Godric Alfred tournament, marking the beginning of the 2023 Tobago Primary Schools Football League. Following group stage matches on day 1, Signal Hill Girls and Speyside AC Boys emerged as champions on day 2, which featured the quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals. The matches played with 10-minute halves and hockey-sized goalposts saw Signal Hill defeating Wim Anglican 2-1, while Speyside Anglican edged past Scarborough RC with a score of 1-0 in the showpiece match. In the subsequent presentation ceremony, Gloria Henry and Kaylin Crooks were awarded the MVP awards, while Javier James and Emmanuel Clark were recognized as the best goalkeepers of the tournament. League matches are set to commence this Wednesday, starting with the under-12s age group at venues across Tobago. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
And that's it for sport. We have more news coming up right after the break.
Tobago Carnival, Caribbean Vibes presents Tequila Sunset. Tequila Sunset, October 27th. You know what you're doing. Scarborough Esplanade from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's a cooler fete like no other. Bring your squad and we'll take care of the vibe with your top TNT and New York DJs, surprise guest artists. Tequila Sunset will be an epic event you will never forget. Early bird tickets are 199 TT or 30 US. Get your tickets online on islandetickets.com or frontlineticketing.com. For more info, call 475-6218 or 754-7344. And New York 917-561-9742. All drinks must be in plastic bottles and no ice or chaser allowed. Tequila Sunset, October 27th, Scarborough Esplanade.
Welcome back. So from the looks of things, patrons enjoyed themselves at Rebel Road over the weekend, hosted by Dynasty Events and DXL in Cano Bay. Adorned in a spectrum of colors in Monday wear costumes, they enjoyed themselves without any incident. For details, here's Tanika Cruikshank.
The Rebel Road cross stage experience on Saturday was a memorable one for the patrons. The event commenced at Cano Bay intersection and proceeded to the Cano Bay resorts. Here, attendees had the opportunity to cross the stage under a flurry confetti. The absence of fights or any criminal activities contributed to a worry-free experience for patrons at the Rebel Road. Many expressed their satisfaction with the promoters' abilities to recreate the festivities spirit of playing mass in Trinidad and Tobago and hope that it would continue annually.
I want to say thank you so much to the people of Tobago. We love you. Thank you for making this event a success. Look out for more from Dynasty Events as well as DXL Promotions. Rebel Road, and welcome to Tobago Carnival. We outside. Yes, boy!
After gaining attention on social media for his audition in the Soca Titans competition, soca artist Num Num received airplay and a favorable response from patrons for his song Get Over Here.
Get over! Get over! Get over!
The song was played repeatedly throughout the event, which delights of the patrons. Looking forward, the next event in the Tobago Carnival season is the Junior Calypso Monarch, set to take place on October 13th, 2023 at the Shaw Park Complex. Reporting for Tobago Updates Television News, I am Tanika Cruikshank.
Now for our weather forecast, according to the T&T Met Office, tonight expect generally fair conditions with a few isolated showery spells. Overnight temperatures will drop to around 26 degrees Celsius. A yellow level hot spell alert remains in effect for tomorrow. Anticipate a hot and sunny day with mild haze. There is a low chance of 1 or 2 passing showers, mainly during the afternoon. The overnight period is expected to be generally fair and warm. Daytime temperatures are projected to reach a high of 33 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 38 degrees Celsius. Additionally, a yellow level hazardous sea warning is in place for Tobago as seas may occasionally become choppy due to long period swells. Marine interests are advised to exercise caution while going out on water, with waves reaching up to 2 meters in open waters and below 1.4 meters in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 5:51 a.m. and sunset at 5:54 p.m. Recapping the headlines, National Security Minister defends government's plans to fight crime. One bandit shot after early morning robbery at Jade Monkey Casino. Former minority leader accuses government of underfunding THA's development projects. And in sport, Plymouth Stokely Vale FC wins Tobago Football Association FA Cup. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a good night.